Please start by telling us who you are and where you call home.
I'm Danny Nadeau. I grew up in Medina, Minnesota, and I moved to Rogers 28 years ago, and I've been in the Rogers, Northwest Hennepin County for my whole life.
What prompted you to run for the House of Representatives?
I've worked in government for the last number of years, and I've seen that, people have a tendency to stop getting along, and I've spent my career trying to find that common ground, to actually let people have differing viewpoints, be strong on those things, argue, those points, but then at the end of the day, still build those relationships strong enough to withstand those differences, and I think that's the biggest reason I ran.
You just talked about it. You worked in the political field.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about that background, your experience, how it's going to help you in your new role here.
It's the relationships. I believe that everything, and it doesn't matter if it's politics or business or academia, it's all about relationships, and it's all about respect. And it seems to me that in politics we've lost that a little bit in our desire to win. Winning is important. Governing is more important. Relationships are even more important than that. We all take these things incredibly personally, and it's important that we do. But we also have to remember that there's a lot of people that think differently than we might, and we need to respect those views and learn from them as much as possible.
And tell us about your district. I talked to you a little bit about it before we started this chat. I think it's a unique district because like I said, in some parts of the district, there's cornfields and there's rolling hills. On the other side, there's an urban area as well. So I think it's unique. Well, how would you describe your district?
It is unique. It's growing. I mean, these are three of the fastest growing cities in Hennepin County. And you can from the west side. There's still 11,000 acres of agricultural land in production: corn, alfalfa, soybeans. And on the east side of the district, it borders Brooklyn Park, where you have and the needs in those districts and the views that people hold and what's important are very different. On the west side, it's really about it's really about a lot of autonomy, wanting to be kind of left alone, to live my life the way I see fit. You can still hunt deer and shoot ducks, and you go, literally 8 miles east, and it's far more. We need more recreational programs. We need more organized, organized activities for kids. So it's very different, and it is, but it's growing, and that density is changing.
And what were some of those issues that you heard from people? I mean, from one side of the district and to the other side of the district, what kind of concerns, what kind of issues do they want to see you work on when session begins here in about 7 weeks?
And that didn't matter, and those were very, 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 very similar. It was really, don't waste money. Go down there and really, we're Minnesotans. We're willing to pay. We don't want to see anyone suffer, but don't waste. That was first. The second thing was it's education. It's our future. It's our kids. Fight hard, hold it accountable, but make sure that we focus on that thing. And then the third thing was probably more perceived, but important nonetheless, and it was public safety. Don't play politics with the safety of our communities. That all being said, there was an underlying thread through the whole thing, and that was we're a little bit afraid that the partisan nature of politics, the divisiveness that's out there today is we want that to go away. We want people to get along. They don't have to agree, but we want them to get along. So that was a thread that went through the whole thing, which was very interesting, especially coming from an agrarian community all the way over into a far more densely populated, different views, different backgrounds, different everything, but they all have that in common. It's that we are fearful that that people aren't going to be able to get along, and it's going to get worse. Don't make it get worse.